So you've seen both Dubai and UK real estate markets up close.
Yeah,
Which one, in your opinion, feels more future-proof in terms of growth?
good one. I think Dubai definitely. I think it's definitely Dubai because thing with the UK and London in particular, there's a lot of red tape you kind of need to go through, right? And obviously policies are always changing. New prime minister every feels like almost every year now, right? That comes with a new cabinet, new changes, new laws. Um, so I think Dubai is definitely the way forward. They're building, they know what they're doing, they got a structure, they're building for 20, 30, 40 years moving forward. So yeah, if I'm to directly compare both of them right now, I say the future looks like it's definitely brighter for Dubai moving forward.
So I've heard that Dubai is constantly evolving. Do you think it's too fast-paced for the average investor, or is that the secret to its success?
Fast paced. I think it all comes down to what you're looking for, right? What does that mean? Like, pause it.
So I've heard that Dubai is constantly evolving, but do you think it's too fast-paced for the average investor, or is that the secret to its success?
Mm, I think it all comes down to what you're buying. You gotta understand what you're buying. That's the most important thing because if you don't, then yeah, it's got the whole market's gonna seem so fast paced for you, right? But things constantly changing for the investors, that's really good. If you know exactly what you're getting, that's really good because if you act quickly and you're decisive, well, where in other markets you're basically looking at maybe a year or 2 or 3 years, here you might be able to enter and exit in 9 months, right? So if you're decisive and you're being guided by the right person and you understand exactly what you're getting, so I don't think pace is a problem at all. I think it's actually good for the right people.
Now let's talk about property types.
Hmm.
Do you see a specific type of property dominating the market in either Dubai or UK right now? Is it like villas in Dubai or flats in London?
Uh, I think right now where the market's going, you definitely want to be. I think you want to say villas in Dubai. There's not enough of them, so obviously that drives up demand, right? Villas, townhouses, that type of thing, right? But also the type of people coming into Dubai. There's lots of families coming in.
And now we know that Dubai's skyline is iconic. Do you
Hmm.
think the rise in luxury properties has glamorized the feel of real estate there? How does that impact the average everyday buyer?
Uh, yeah, I mean it's glamorized, but that's good. That's a good thing, right? Because it markets the city, promotes the city. Well, obviously that literally is what drives the traffic, right? Um, and that brings investment. So the city grows. So I don't think it's a bad thing in any way, sort of form, right? Glamour attracts people, people demand for property and investment, city grows. It's a win-win for everyone, the way I see it. So I don't think it's I don't see it as a negative at all. No.
Okay, and what's your take on the trend of super tall buildings in Dubai? Are they more prestige than the practical living spaces?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, right? I've seen super tall buildings and I've seen apartments on the 50th floor, but the space within the actual apartment is bigger than a villa. So it really all comes down to what you're looking for, but also that attracts people. There's people out there in the world that want that. I've been living in a villa in whatever country I'm in. I've got, I'm used to space, but I want an apartment, right? So it's a different type of clientele, but it can definitely be practical and it can be, you know, and also it takes away the other side of things because you got to remember you don't have much of the maintenance is done by the building, right? You could have a 3, 4 bedroom apartment.
Okay, and when it comes to long-term investment, do you think Dubai offers more stability than the UK, or does the UK's historical market strength win?
Long term, I think long term it all comes down to how you look at everything, right? Dubai is growing, the market's strong. So if you really look at 5, 6, 7, 10 years from today, I think long term you definitely want to stay in Dubai. And also the UK has peaked in most areas, right? So, and there's a lot of taxes and everything else going on over there. So there's no, you can't necessarily say the UK is guaranteed to grow anymore. I think those days are gone, right? Especially in particular areas now, right? Whereas Dubai, with the growth and everything else and the plans that they do have, I think future-wise, you're looking at Dubai. What was it?
When it comes to long-term investment, do you think Dubai offers more stability than the UK, or does the UK's historical market strength win?
Um, I think long term, Dubai is probably more stable right now because of what they're doing and how their plans and how they're growing. Um, Obviously, the UK is the UK. It's got its strengths, but with everything going on right now, if you have to compare the two, personally, I would say if you can't invest in Dubai, you definitely invest in Dubai because the UK right now, we don't know what it's going to look like in the next couple of years.
Okay, and we've seen Dubai's market dip during tough times. How do you see the Dubai property market bouncing back after a crisis? Is it more resilient than it seems?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, so the Dubai market is what you would consider a new market compared to a lot of the markets that they compare it to. But people need to understand that it's a very different city, right? You can't compare it to London, you can't compare it to New York or any of these other quote unquote markets, right? I think it's definitely a lot more resilient. Uh, but I don't see it being an issue at all. I think it's one of those things where when the time comes and it's tested, the first thing you need to really ask yourself is why do people invest in Dubai? Right? People invest in Dubai because of a multitude of reasons, but most of it is because they're trying to live where they are. Now, as long as the world continues to be unstable, Dubai will always be attractive. So I think the market here, what drives the market here is very different to what drives the market in other places.
Okay, okay, and what do you think about people that say there's no nature in Dubai?
And then you haven't been to Dubai because there is nature in Dubai, right? That's one of those things. That's one of those online things where people obviously say what they say, and people, but a lot of it is not true, right? There's definitely parks in Dubai. There's a lot of nature here. I can take you to a place 5 minutes from where I live, and you'll see the more flamingos than I've ever seen in London, right? So there's definitely nature in Dubai.
Now let's move on to property prices and affordability.
Hmm.
In your opinion, is Dubai too expensive for the average person to buy into, or there's still some hidden gems?
I think compared to any other major city, Dubai is actually cheaper, right? So if you see what you're getting in Dubai versus what you'd get in another major city, Dubai is definitely way cheaper at the moment, right? But within Dubai itself, there's still a lot of property that's actually extremely cheap, right? Obviously, cheap is relative to what the budget is for the person, but there's still a lot of property that's still very affordable. And we're talking is 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from what you'd call the major areas. That does not happen in London. It definitely doesn't happen in like places like New York or any of them where you're 20 minutes away from what London Bridge or Central London, and you're getting a property that's quarter the price, right? So yeah, there's definitely a lot of hidden gems in Dubai and a lot of upcoming areas, a lot of good developments, and compared, it's definitely cheaper.
Okay,